Ah, Shadow League Awakening. Yeah. Let that sink in. Love and light, brothers and sisters. Love and light. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck is this right here? Well, I had a couple visions, made a couple trips, and I kind of want to explain this in the manner of, well, I can say the journey that I chose, the experience that I chose for my own life, but I will try to be as simple and direct as possible. I am not one to get into all the details. If you want to get into all the details, I can have links at the bottom of the video for you to follow and also learn, because I am a true believer that everyone in this planet who has been sent to help in the planetary evolution have done or said maybe the same as me, but again, everyone has different triggers, different footprints to follow in their journey. I'm just doing my part. I had this vision about 2 weeks ago, and it's been teaching me through my current lifetime on how to bridge my consciousness back to my higher consciousness. And also, as I was going through my awakening, how it happened, what initiated me, etc., etc. Now, let's not forget, guys, that a lot of us chose to be in the matrix to pull out people out of the matrix. Not everyone in this world has been chosen to pull people out of the matrix. Some of us chose these bodies, these avatars, and some of us chose it so that we can experience, just as Yeshua and many of the other gods descended into this density and wanted to experience this life form, all because it's because of the experience. Now, as I trigger you, as I help you realize who you really are, I'm only here to explain these powerful truths that are going to help you, well, not help, rather aid you in your awakening and ascension. It's happening, guys. It's here. And I'm going to go little by little, and I'm going to point and explain it one by one so that everyone who watches this video can understand my current perspective of what's happening here. Now, we all know that there are 7 main chakras, energy wheels. The Sanskrit word for chakra is wheel. And as you see, I have these little spinners right on top of them. You know, these are the 7 main ones with all their colors, but it doesn't mean that there aren't other chakras and other energy wheels in our bodies connected to the meridians, etc. That's another study. But yes, these are the main ones. These are the ones that when we consciously recognize them and let go of whatever's blocking them, these are the ones that actually open up to the other chakras as they rise up. Now, the great thing about your chakras being open as you start to meditate, etc., is that this will happen with ease once you start to go through your Kundalini awakening, the Kundalini energy that rises from the bottom of the spine, the serpent that goes up, the life force that pushes all that good prana, all that good chi, all that good energy, all that good life force from the bottom, that serpent, that gold serpent that helps and aids in the unblocking of your chakras. Now, this is not to say that it is a simple thing to go through in this density. Now, if you have reached a higher consciousness and you can vibrate at love for a long period of time and you have a light body, then this process won't be as hard. But if you're just going through your awakening and you're just overstanding what is happening, then you're probably been through a lot already. You probably have a lot of suppressed emotions. You probably have some illnesses. You're probably sick, but it's okay. I'm here to tell you, don't worry. Your body can self-heal. You have DNA in you from your ancestors. You have help from the archangels. You have help from the God himself to aid you in your ascension and awakening. So it doesn't matter what's happening to you right now. I want you to start to believe that. It does not matter what is happening to you right now. The pain, the struggles, the hurt, the complaints, the routine, all of those things, suppressed emotions, betrayals, and all all those things that have probably been holding in and probably been expressing but haven't really been letting go of. They're probably in there somewhere, and this is why I'm going to use this to teach or trigger you in your awakening. Now, very important, the Kundalini energy is said to arise randomly. I don't think it's random. I think it's a perfect kairos time that your higher self chose for it to happen. Usually happens when it's a near-death experience or a really tough moment of crisis where fear, anxiety, and all these low vibrational frequencies start to attack you. Now, I want to tell you, my friend, do not run away from these frequencies. Embrace them, love them, accept them, because they are there to actually aid you in your awakening. Remember, in this part of the realm, in this understanding, there is no dualist perspective. There's only truth and falsehood. And what I want to speak to you is truth. And only your spirit will know if it's truth, because like Morpheus says, this cannot be taught. It can only be experienced. So I'm hoping that as you are experiencing what you're experiencing, this will trigger you and give you a better understanding of what's happening. Now, if you've been through a crisis and you're going through Kundalini energy, I recommend that you get some good books and also follow my man Ralph Waters and other men of the Source Creator that are on YouTube to explain that to you. When Kundalini energy rises, it aids in the unblocking of your chakras. Why is it important for you to unblock your chakras? Well, number one, if you want to become one with the Creator, you have to. Number two, if you want to connect back to your true self, you have to. Number three, if you want to let go of all the fears and all the struggles and pains that you've had in this lifetime, you have to. Notice how I drew a tree and representation of your vertebrae, right? I've always seen my vertebrae as the tree of life, understanding that the Christ seed lies in the talu, the 8th chakra, but we're not going to get into that. That's why I express it that way, because once you reach Christ consciousness, well, you guys should know a little bit about that. But as you are going through your awakening, it's interesting because in my personal life, I always had my pineal gland open. I always had visions and saw things. I had a very weak Muladhara. I had a very weak sexual sacral chakra, very blocked, and low self-esteem and insecurities, and the Muladhara, I was never really grounded. I was always a space baby because I was always up here, and when I was never really grounded, unfinished business, never finished projects. My solar plexus was kind of in and out. I had my moments where I was strong-willed, and I had my moments where I wasn't, and it was always taken apart of me. I never had enough chi energy, and I was always lazy, etc., etc. My heart has always been big, so I always say that as far as green, blue, and light purple goes, the Anya chakra, I was pretty big, but as I started going through my awakening, my heart began to expand even more, because either way, in this lifetime for 27 years, my heart was really hurt by a lot of people, but it was necessary. All that negativity, guys, all that darkness is necessary. I never really spoke my truth. I never really spoke what I felt all the time because I thought I was an introvert. And so I blocked this one to the yin, and I used to feel it. There were times where I couldn't even speak. It felt like I was clogged. And it was now that I understand what was going on, it's because I was not speaking what I felt. As you go on, you find the pineal gland, and then, that is calcified by the system, by the matrix. The matrix uses stuff like fluoride and GMOs to calcify your pineal and pituitary gland. But thanks to the planetary evolution and the archangels that are here now, we already know that we need to decalcify this in order for us to align all, etc. And then you have the crown chakra, right? So all of these need to be blocked in order for there to be what I call up here oneness in your ascension, oneness with Source Creator and all. And I'm going to explain part by part what they each mean. Now, this is going to be part one of maybe 5-6 videos. I really want to get this content out. I really want it to bless your life, and I want you to use it in your meditations when you can. I know that this is packed with energy, it is packed with love, and it is packed with passion. So I know that as you hear the sound of my voice, you will be triggered and you will realize what you need to do, and it will aid you in your awakening, and I can't wait to hear about it. So, you see here, I have the aura field over here. I have the aura field right there. the electromagnetic field of aura that's over our body, and then I have the explanation on the side, which we will get to real soon, and then I have the four bodies that we actually have in as one. It's not three; it's actually four. Christians say it's three; it's actually four, and I explain it through the Ninja Turtles: Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Physical, mental, soul, spirit, nomad. Overstanding one is God. Then over here you see that I have a kind of like a yin and yang Salem symbol connecting to the tree of life as far as the aura as well. But this here I put, as you can see, consciousness, ego. I put era, life, this lifetime, this current lifetime, this. The crown chakra will connect you to all your lifetimes, but right now we need you to understand this situation here. So there is no dualist perspective, right? So in this current life, you've had good happen to you and you have bad happen to you. But notice how all of this is a circle, and a circle represents eternity, which means it's a part of your experience, right? But up top here, you see that I put ego. Now, what is ego? And that is what we're going to get into in part 2. I'm excited to teach it to you. And as we go, follow me to the next video, part 2. And let's get crunked on this overstanding so that you can learn to direct your ego. Not really kill it, but rather direct it and leave it at the low vibrations where it is.